So yes, welcome to Launchpad. I believe you can see everything now. All right. So we want to fix your problems, right? We want to help you fix your problems, and we're here to help, right? So this is the agenda. All right. First, we have this introduction, right? And then we will move on to cascade funding opportunities with Graciela. Then Antonio is going to explain a little bit more about eRobin and about 5G and Target X with Target X, 5G and 6G transformation of Target X. We will have a little bit of room for Q&A, right? To clear up some doubts that you may have. And then we will move forward to testing opportunities. All right. This will be done by another speaker that he is coming today as well. Uba, he will be explaining a little bit more about how these testing opportunities work. And then we will test, or we will explain a little bit more about how to test real 5G applications with Zero Swarm and how to extend your machine's life with the AI ideas, right? So diving deep into these two projects. Then we have obviously the Q&A, and we will finish the webinar. Yes, so I believe that it's already 10:06, right? Maybe we can give a little bit more time to for other people to join in. In that case, if we don't, with 1 minute, and we will move forward. All right. So maybe Graciela, you can already start sharing your screen.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes. Can you confirm? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. So thank you very much, Rui, Antonio, for this session. So basically, before to start, I think most of you or all of you, because I see some names that I already know during the session. So basically, just for you to know, just a very short presentation from Funding Box. We are funding champions, and we are the leading distributors for European public funds for tech innovation. So basically, we are leading this kind of cascade funding projects, basically coming from Horizon 2020, Horizon Euro, and other programs. And we are implementing more than 50 projects right now, for this approach. Just for you to know, we are champion with different profiles of entities, so innovators, which are basically the startups, scale-ups, or SMEs that we are supporting through the cascade funding. We are also supporting individuals, for example, these experts that are business mentors, evaluators, ambassadors, and so on. We are champion also institutions, which are the partners and the organizations that we are collaborating with, within a European funding project or with another kind of services. And last but not least, we are champion with investors. So basically, we champion corporates, private partners, accelerators, VCs, and so on by matching them with the US startups and scale-ups, co-building private projects together. And, after this summary, so I imagine most of you already know us, I would like to introduce the cascade funding. So basically, we are talking about, a method which is a fair and transparent method to distribute cascade funding or financial resources to different beneficiaries. And this is basically done through what we are calling, or usually is called, open calls, where one consortium is launching these open calls to identify and to find different kind of beneficiaries. This is, the representation of this cascade funding approach and why we are calling cascade funding. And that's why, because, there is European funding, European money from the Commission, who is going to give the money to some projects. And they are these projects and the consortium members, the one that they are distributing this money to the third parties, that they are also grant recipients and they are different kind of benefits. So this is, from the Commission to the beneficiaries that we are supporting. Related to the open calls, I always say, and this is very important for you if you are interested in this funding, that each project is different to the other. So each project are putting their own rules, and there are different open calls from different objectives. We have today different open calls that they should be will be presented. But for you to know, we can consider like kind of 3 types of different open calls for different objectives, as I mentioned before. So basically, the first and the most typical open call through Cascade Funding is the acceleration calls that they are targeting entrepreneurs and startups, especially related to one technology that is the one that is promoted by the project. Then we have another type of open calls and another cascade funding projects where they are supporting pilots, demonstrations, and experiments. So basically, they are supporting from, preliminary studies or prototypes or a kind of experiments to test before invest some technologies. And then we have another type of open calls that is the one related to integrate more participants to the project. This is very specific because it usually is, open to different participants and beneficiaries to include, for example, if we are talking about artificial intelligence, to include in a marketplace algorithms to put them available to another companies that they are usually part of the acceleration or the piloting open calls. So basically, it's to include new partners or to include new, new research or new, information about this kind of activities that they are apart from the project consortium members. And depending of these open calls, what we have in our projects is different type of programs or support programs. So basically, we can establish 2 kind of categories. The first is related to acceleration program, and as the name is mentioned, is more related to the call related to acceleration. So basically, we are supporting the startups with acceleration services. So the business mentoring are the ones more important for them, but we are also supporting with technical mentors. In this case, as we are talking with startups, the duration is short because we need to move fast in order to support these startups. So basically, they are around 6 months. On the opposite, if we are talking about the technology transfer program, in this kind of programs, is the technology more important than the business? So we have also technological experts and business experts, this kind of mentors. But the technological one are more important because, we are supporting the beneficiaries how to implement this technology within their company, their product, the services, and so on. And it takes more time. So we are talking about an average of 12 months, but we have even projects with supportive programs related to technology transfer programs until 18 months. So basically, they are longer than the other ones. Another issue that is important to be mentioned is for the Cascade funding, we are talking about different targets. As I mentioned before, each open call is looking for a different kind of beneficiary. So it's very important to check all information from the call, the guide for applicants, application for everything what is included in the call documents. because not everything is open to, all kind of targets. But basically, the Cascade funding starts supporting entrepreneurs and startups. And then we are moving to another type of beneficiaries like startups, SMEs, the ones that we call adopters. So basically SMEs and mid-cap that they are willing to implement in this technology that they are supporting for the project. And in the last years, we are also finding that we have Cascade funding for RTOs and universities, and even for the IHs. So basically, these are the targets. If we are considering what is the reference for the Cascade funding, we have to say that this funding more for David and Goliath, because most of the Cascade funding, around 70% of the funds that they are using this approach and this methodology, is funding companies with less than 3 employees. So you can see that is really, for David and not for Goliath. And this is, because they have a lot of benefits, especially for the small companies, the SMEs, but also the startups. It's simpler and more attractive for the companies. So basically, we are around a specific mechanism where there is, less paper or less requirements than the ordinary calls, especially at European level. So basically, it's online application for with very concrete special content. So usually we are trust the applicants, and we are asking for paper once you are proposed for being funding. The second is that it facilitates this adoption of new technology. So it's related to this activity that the Commission is promoting, the test before invest. So helps the companies and the beneficiaries to understand the opportunities of this technology and the return of investment for you just before the full deployment of this technology within your company. And the last one, and for some of the beneficiaries are the most interesting, apart from the money, because the money is also very important for the applicants, but they mentioned that this is something very relevant for them, is this business advice and access to private funding, because, as I mentioned, we are part of a consortium with different members that they are launching these open calls and implementing the support program. So in addition to the money that the open call is giving to you as beneficiaries, you have exposure to these, consortium members. So you are in touch with them, they know you, they know your project, and at the end, and this is very typical in our project, they are investing or they are buying your services or your product. So this is, at the end, the most important, this kind of exposure to different big players at the European level. For this Cascade funding possibilities, there are different information sources. For sure, we need to highlight the official one, that is the Funding and Tenders portal, where you can see one specific space that is called competitive calls, where you can see all the open calls and the Cascade funding opportunities. Yeah, you can see. You can check with these competitive calls, or you can also find in the general part of the program related to funding, if you look for type of grants, Cascade funding grants. The issue here is that usually and basically the projects need to inform the Commission and to publish information about the open calls maybe 1-2 months in advance. So basically, if you are going to these sources, you can see only the ones that they are open. In the last months, you can see also some kind of filter for foreseen, but at the end of the day, it's very difficult that people is publishing the foreseen. So is not a real good opportunity to identify the Cascade funding. So I would like to finish my presentation to introduce you our new platform that is called OnePass. In OnePass, we are disseminating, funding, tech opportunities, training opportunities, all things around us. So you can create your pass, and you can apply to different opportunities that they are launching, with Cascade funding from our side. And you can also check all the funding opportunities that they are available, not only for Cascade funding, but for another opportunities like acceleration programs and so on. So I would like to suggest that you go to OnePass and you can register there and find a lot of opportunities that we have included in our platform. And then, just before giving the floor to my colleagues, we have different opportunities and open calls that they are open. Today, we are going to see, my colleague Antonio is going to present two of them, Robin and Target X. But I would like to also highlight that we have, more than these opportunities. And for example, we have this NGI search opportunity that is also open until March. So these kind of opportunities are the ones that you can find in our OnePass or in our website highlighted. So I would like to suggest you come to our webs and tools and check what they are the opportunities for you. I don't want to spend more time. I would like to thank Rui, Antonio, and all the colleagues from the test transfer unit for organizing the event. I am so sorry, but I cannot stay until the end of the session. But in any case, you have my contacts in the presentation. If you have any doubt or you need to check something with me, you can contact directly. So thank you very much, and I hope that this fast introduction will present the Cascade funding, and then you can check specifically opportunities that we are highlighting today. Thank you.
Thank you, Graciela. I will also leave here in the Q&A. You can go and also put a search for OnePass. We have a lot of opportunities there, and a lot of Cascade funding opportunities. So make sure to sign in and see it. Antonio, I would ask you to now start presenting so we can move on with the Antonio Salvador, everyone.
Thank you, Rui. So let me share my screen real quick. Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So hello, thank you everyone for joining today. I'm Antonio Salvador. I'm a marketing specialist for Funding Blocks. And today I'm going to present you two open calls that we have right now open. The first one will be the Robin second open call for Technology Exchange Program. The first is introduce you what's the project about. So the Robin project aims to advance AI tools, software architecture, and hardware components in a reproducible approach. So basically, we are testing AI for robotics. We are establishing a network of excellence to bring together all the European expertise on robotics and AI to establish a unified platform in Europe for research and development on these two areas. Our vision is to build a European ecosystem of robotics to share data and knowledge and exploit the diversity of tasks that they can perform. Who are we looking for in this open call? One second, oops, I can see the presentation well. Perfect. So we are looking for companies of any size, research organization, RTOs, or academia research institution. The only thing they have the only requirement for them is to be registered before the 19th of November 2023 in your respective national register. So the proposal should be submitted by this kind of applicants, and then you will delegate a group of researchers or PDH students, in case you are academia, to work in a laboratory. What's the support we are offering? First and most important is the funding support. We are going to give 60,000 euros to each project. Then you will not develop your code or your method or your research alone. You will be offered a super program with experts from our consortium. So you will be having a 3 to 12 months of technology program to develop and validate your method or your technology. you will be achieving through this super program TRL 4 to 5. And then, oh, sorry, I was trying to move the camera. The researchers from eligible organization will join some of our core teams to integrate and validate your developed solution for the robotic our hosting labs. So this will have 2 stages. We are looking up to 12 beneficiaries. In the first phase, we will do a individual follow-up plan to see how you are going to launch this, and then we will implement it. We will be reviewing your code and validated it in some of our hosting institutions. How you can apply? You have to go to our application page. Let me type it. Oh, sorry, Rui, could you paste the application? I will paste it in the chat later. So you just have to go here to our application website. How do you usually apply to this kind of open course? The first thing is to read very, very carefully the guide for applicants. You will have all the information there you need to understand what are we looking for and if you are eligible or not. Also, you have frequently asked questions, more in-depth documents. The submission deadline is the 14th of February. They always close at 5 p.m. Brussels times. So when you are ready, you just click on apply now. You don't have to fill your application in the same day. You can leave it there with some fields just in blanks and you can fill it until the last day. So when you're ready, just click on start a new application. You will have to fill this 10 points, basic information, legal information. There are some more difficult to understand, for example, the excellent part. There we will measure your ambition, your innovation. In the impact, we are looking there for the technology material increase you will achieve, the transferability, the social environment and environmental impact. In implementation, you will have to do your project like if it was a business plan and the risk management part. I know this is really it may be confusing the first time you applied for European public cascade funding. It can be a bit difficult, so we have 2 ways of supporting you. We have the help desk. You will see it in the bottom and in the top and everywhere in the application page, and this will lead to a real-time forum, so you can just drop your question there, and we will be supporting you during the whole phase of the application. Also, we have this email, so if you want to, let's say, have a more personal or private consultation, you can drop us an email there at info@eurobinproject.eu, and we will be supporting you real time also until the application day. So here you have more information on the project. You can go to the website. You can also follow our social media, and you have also here access to, if you click here on info day and Q&A session, you will access previous webinars we did to support the applicants. So I hope this is clear. You have I know we have a Q&A session later, but if you have any doubt, you can interrupt me now. I will be happy to help. Thank you for sharing the information in the chat, Rui.
Yes, and you guys can also so that link is already connected to OnePass as well, so you can check it out, the remaining the other opportunities that we have there already.
Thank you. Okay, so if you don't have any question, let's move to another very interesting project. So this is Target X is also the second open call is focused on 5G and 6G in several verticals. So what's Target X about? It's a project from the European Commission co-funded by Horizon Europe. It's coordinated by Fraunhofer, and we have 14 different consortium partners from 6 countries. So our vision is to strengthen important economic sector in Europe, like manufacturing, like construction, like energy, like automotive, integrating 5G and 6G technologies and accelerating digital transformation. So who are we looking for? You can apply either as an individual entity or as a micro consortia. We are looking for SMEs, universities, or RTOs. You can also apply as micro consortium in any of these forms. You can be 2 SMEs, 1 SMEs and 1 university, 1 SMEs and 1 RTO. In case you apply as an individual entity, you will get 60K. And in case you apply as micro consortium of 2 entities, you will receive the double. In case of non-profit or for-profit, companies, the max grant amount is 70% of the eligible cost needed to execute the project. You can pay personal with this. But just if you are for-profit, you can cover this cost up to 70%. For the profit organization, so if we are going to give you 60K, the full project budget should be 86. What's the support we are offering? As I told you, you will receive 60K per entity or 120 in case you apply as a consortium. We are going to select up to 64 entities. So if you are interested in this project, you have really high chances of being selected. Also, you will have a 9-month support program. Let's say the technology matureness we are looking for is to start from around 3 or 4 TRL, and you will achieve a TRL 7 at the end of this super program. So it's a really high boost on your TRL for your company or your RTO or university. And also, we will offer a self-sustainable business framework and new market opportunities. And these are the verticals we are looking to apply the 5G and 6G technologies. They are 5G for automotive driving, 5G for construction, for robotics, for energy monitoring, for example, and for cloud native production. So it's also IoT. The eligibility criteria, sorry. As always, you have to be registered prior to the launch of our open call, and the projects must be proposed by an individual or legal entity or a micro consortium of 2 entities. Just you have to be registered and you have to be established in any of the states of the European Union and its overseas countries or territories or countries associated to Eurozone Europe. So it's a really wide list. In the support program, you will be receiving in the first stage your individual mentoring plan. So we will check your project, and you will be working hand by hand with an expert who will be following with you individually. And then the second part, after 6 months, is to the project development report. And then in the stage 3, we will have the market uptake report. But you will be accompanied at all times, so you will know where you have to work more or less. So don't worry, we will be always supporting you. So again, here's the same kind of application page. I think they can access with the last link you paste, right? Okay, so if in case you can let me know. So here you have always the documents, the guide for applicants. This is really important because in this case you will have like use cases, examples of what can you apply for and what you can't. Here in the topics description, this is a really important document. The deadline is until the 28th of February, 2024. So you have plenty of time to start your application, to start reading the material, and then you can fulfill it until the last day. I don't recommend you to wait until last minute. We have seen several times people having internet problems and then don't be able to apply. So don't wait until the last minute, but you don't have to fulfill everything in the same day because it's nearly impossible. So here you have the application. As I explained you before, you just click on Start New Application, and you will have to you will have probably some mandatory fields that you can fulfill, but you can save your application and you don't have to fill it all the same time. So as the previous presentation, here in the excellent part, we will focus on the innovation and ambition, in the impact, the commercial strategy and scalability, the market opportunities, and always the environmental and social impact is really important. Here in the implementation, you have your project plan, your risk management, and your financial resources. In every open call and in every landing page, you will see the help desk. So you will have support 24/7 in the forum. You also can read other people doubts, so probably it will help you. Here you have the you can see it in the application page. You have our private email in case you want to contact us and have several questions and go on forward. And also you will see always the website of the project, so you can have more information in deep. And the social media, and of course the info day, so you will have access to the same materials everyone had to support their applications. So this is it. Thank you for your attention, everyone. I think we have now a Q&A round, right, Rui?
Yes, we do. Can you hear me? Yes, we do.
Yes, thank you.
So guys, if you have any question regarding eRobin or Target X, please do so in the chat, and we will move forward with this. All right, to try to answer all your questions.
Don't worry, I will be here anyway. So if you come up later with a question, you can just write it in the chat.
Exactly. Also, you can explore the opportunities in the websites. All right. So Antonio, maybe you can also leaves the application forms in the websites.
Yeah. I will put both application pages in the chat now.
Nobody has any questions, then we can. Okay, we have. Okay. If nobody has any questions, then we can move forward with our testing opportunities. And for that, the test before Invest that Graciela was talking about. So before we move on, we have the tech transfer specialist, Uba. He is the tech transfer head of the tech transfer team here in Funding Box, of which I am part of as well. So I want you guys to welcome Puba, and he will talk a little bit more about all these opportunities.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the invitation. Just verify if you can hear me. Everything technically is okay?
Yes.
All right, great. So I'm just doing an intro for the second part of today's webinar, which aggregates opportunities which are a little bit different from the ones that we are used to in Cascade Funding. What we do in tech transfer team of Funding Box, we try to test before invest the technologies that we are developing and our partners are developing within the project. Most of them are tackling the challenges of manufacturing processes, and all of them are somehow gathered within the smart manufacturing community. You can access it by QR code, which is visible here, or I will also share the website once I will finish in the chat. And here what we do differently is we try to shorten the administrative path to the technology, and also we are not giving out funding for it. So it's more contribution in kind. The companies that are interested more in technology than in money and in funding should be mostly interested in this test before invest, because you don't have to really put so much effort in applications from the administrative level, and the time to implementation is much shorter. And the goal is basically to romance with technology that you would choose and that would address your exact problems in the company, in the manufacturing company. And during 1 or 2 months, try to collaborate with the author of the technology, look at the open pilot solutions, look at the demonstrators, and simulate how this technology would fit into your actual manufacturing process and how it could be how it could improve. The classical typical situation is creating a digital twin of the manufacturing line, but also we can talk about different hardware elements like adding some sensors, adding some robotic arms, adding some new solutions from the hardware point of view, and also connecting it to the digital twin. So there is a big variety of such solutions represented by different projects. Today, we would like to show you 2 approaches. One is a portfolio of ideas project, which is more aiming to extending the life of the manufacturing machines. And the second is Zero Swarm, which is mostly showcasing 5G solutions within the industrial environment and how the 5G can accelerate capture of data and simulation around it. So please enjoy those 2 sessions. However, please remember that there is much more within our pipeline. Like, for example, on this Thursday, there will be another project offering test before invest. It is a ZDZV project, which is zero defects, zero waste kind of solutions that we are pushing there. Depending on what you like, you can have a deeper dive into our portfolio. I think that's all from my side, and now I would like to give the floor to projects.
Thank you, Kuba. And let's, as Kuba said, let's move on to the projects. Do keep in mind that these are only 2, and we have a lot of them coming up as well later on in this. And ZDZW is just, and AIDs and Zero Swarm are just 1, 2 of many more. So beginning with Zero Swarm. So it's all about bridging the gap between innovation and sustainable manufacturing, right? And one of the biggest, there's a question in the chat. All right, yes, thank you, Kuba, for giving us the smart manufacturing link. So as I was saying, so Zero Swarm is a lot about bridging the gap between innovation and sustainable manufacturing. through mostly 5G solutions. All right. Okay, so as we know, within the shop floors, so each resource, like the robots, the transporters, are an entity, right? And an autonomous entity, or at least we want them to be autonomous in a sense. But they are equipped with cognitive capabilities such as perception, reasoning, learning, cooperation. So these are cyber-physical systems of systems, all right? It's a connected collective network of CPSs, right? So we have this initiative of 0x for zero emission, zero pollution, zero waste, zero inventory, ramp-up time, accidents, and that they want to have this clear impact on the industrial shop floors. That is for them to become climate neutral and to enhance and to give floor for the circular economy to take place within the manufacturing plant. All right. So this is where Zero Swarm comes in. So Zero Swarm aims to provide a methodological and technological framework. Okay, so for the engineering of following major aspects of a data-driven, connected SPOSs based production. All right. So this is so we have the ideas that we have technology that uses comms, storage, and computation, right? That will help manufacturers come together with their assets in terms of industrial assets, industrial equipments, and also enhance the interoperability between them, right? So this project has a geographical distribution. So we have different partners from all over Europe that are working within these cutting edge technologies. All right, and the mission is to definitely achieve climate neutral and digitized production for a non-public, so private 5G network for within the manufacturing plant, right? So all of this, as you can see, security by design, privacy by design, and also data sovereignty. A lot of this is like big keywords, but what is data sovereignty? It's basically just you owning your data and you using your data whenever you want, right? So these are all the objectives and the goals that we have, right? So that we can achieve a green manufacturing. So as you can see here, there are trials happening as we speak. The first, so there are 10 trials happening. So in the North node, Central node, and South node. So South, Central, and North are mostly for the regions within Europe where they're being tested. Some of them are testing more safety measures with 5G. Others are using more distributed systems and powertrains, for example, or customized production, mass customized production, and other ones are utilizing it more for specifically quality control and optimization and maintenance. All right. So these solutions that we are creating, they're not created in a vacuum, they're tested, and then obviously we give out that to the public, right? So okay, so what are all these solutions that we have? So there are 3 solution packages, right, of 5G technological solutions, all right? So the first one is mostly for automation, all right? So 5G automation. Then we have data collection and obviously data analysis, and then go virtual with your plant. So digital twin solutions, all right? These also provide a virtual replica of what your plant should be like, all right? Or how it should behave within a matter of within the plant, right? So digitizing your plant. from PLCs to AGV safety, I mean, data collection solutions, we have a very broad and comprehensive set of solutions that can help you definitely enhance connectivity, enhance interoperability, so making your machines work together better, all right? Enhancing all of these aspects that are crucial for the manufacturing plant to work, but also like the cost, right? We all know that the 5G cost can be a bit high, right? So we understand that this is a cost that might not need to happen, right? So that's also why we are launching a campaign where you can book your own personalized demo with these partners, right? With the partners, and you can see you can talk to them, and you can have a personalized approach on this. So we're calling out early adopters, people who want to test these solutions, who think that these solutions are a good fit for their own companies, for their own plans, and want to test these solutions, all right? So also, if you are not sure, all right, if you are not completely, okay, you are interested, but you're not sold, all right, you can also join the Zero Storm community, all right? This is a place where you can talk about with these partners, right? Where you can talk with these partners or with the members of the community, and you can exchange ideas about what you can do next and how things are going. All right, so, and then maybe you will have more possibility of going forward with this idea, and you can even book your demo to understand a little bit better of your needs and solutions. So I don't know if you guys have any questions. I will yeah, hopefully you don't, but I will leave 2 or 3 minutes to ask if you have any questions. So if you want to present one, please do so in the chat. And if not, we can go to AI-Ideas. So AI-Ideas is all about extending your machine's life cycle, right? So these are, as the name suggests, it's all about AI, all right? Artificial intelligence. So AI-Ideas is developing AI technologies to support industrial machinery life cycle, all right? So the industrial equipment, right? So this will help industrial machinery manufacturing companies to improve their fabric of all of this, all right? So from design to manufacturing to use, we have all of this, and also having the repair, reuse, and recycle prerogative, all right? So all of this is used from the design. So all of this is created we implement these solutions from the design of the product, of the machine, till the end, to the recycling and repair of the machines, all right? So this is what AI-Ideas is all about. So AI-Ideas, as I said, is all about AI, but it's divided into 4 suites, all right? So in the first suite, we have design, where you can actually implement AI technologies that will help you design a better solution, a better machine for your own company or for a client, and they will also take into account wear evolution. What does this mean, wear evolution? So taking into account that, well, there will be times where people will constantly wear that technology, that will constantly be using that technology. So so there will be a consideration in terms of how you design the machines in order to be as aware as possible, all right? Then you have manufacturing, all right? The manufacturing suite provides AI technologies for industrial purposes, all right? So for the plant, all right, where you can purchase components and procurement, and also you can optimize all these parts. So from inventory to procurement to transport, product transport, like, so all of these solutions, all this suite also helps manufacturers and the plants organize themselves better. And then we have the use case, the use suite. So this provides added value for industrial equipment users. So where they don't have to do the machine calibrations by themselves, and we can automate this process, for example, right? Or other time-consuming processes that we have. And then we have the repair, reuse, and recycle suite, which is providing AI machines. And this is basically the big news and the big thing about this these technology suite, this project as well, is that we can, by this, we can extend the life cycle, right? So facilitating a second life through smart retrofitting, through maintenance, and even giving out its pieces to another machine, for example, hence the recycling. So these are all the solutions that we have for each suite. All right. So as you can see here, you can find them also in the website. All right. So all these suites are composed of 15 solutions, and they aim to improve each use case. So there's a personalized approach to this. And then there's the machine passport, right? The machine passport is really important here because it enables all the suites to work together, all right? So that's also important. And then, so as we talked about in Zero Swarm, these solutions So as you can see here, machining centers, cutting centers, blow molding machines, and also inspection machines. All right. So all of this is relatively being addressed. So these technologies are being used in different fields, and they're being used in wide different range of sense. All right. So from using them to for maintenance purposes, or for design purposes, or for even to, well, improve the use case of the users. It's also very important that we have these solutions. All right. So you can follow us on social media. All right. AI Ideas, you can follow them on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. All right. We are present in all of them. We have updates coming up in terms of these solutions. And then, like Zero Swarm, we have potential early adopters to test these technologies. So we have a early adopter campaign coming up to test these technologies in April this year. So, and you can be one of them. All right. So make sure to join the AI Ideas online community to keep yourself updated on this and to connect directly with the AI Ideas solutions developers and team. If you're not sold out, I would suggest that this is the best idea, so that you can get a closer look into what these solutions are all about. We have some posts there, we have some articles there that go further into these and have some have obviously scientific backing on this. So you will also be learning a lot from all this team, right? So thank you. I don't know if you have any questions regarding Zero Swarm, regarding AI Ideas, regarding eRobin, Target X. If you do so, please do so now. You can talk to us, all right?